We've all been there. You've equipped your best armor and your best weapon, got into a raid, ready to face the danger this game has to offer, and the first encounter you have with a player, you just die instantly. What? With the Jacques Hammer? This can get under your skin pretty quickly, and even if you don't have the right mindset, it can even ruin your day. So I want to share some of my knowledge with you, and hopefully it'll help you. So I've divided this video into 4 sections. Mindset, settings, gameplay, general knowledge. I've added timestamps so you can easily navigate to the section you are interested in. Here we go. Mindset. If you know you're gonna play a game that has the looter, shooter, extraction, if I die I lose everything genre, just try not to get mad if you die. You know what you sign up for. I know this can be difficult sometimes, but if you die, try to learn from it. What did I do wrong? Did I have enough health? Was I behind cover? There are a bunch of things that could have happened during a gunfight. If you really want to improve, try to learn from it. Don't get angry if you die. Remember, it's just a game. Settings. There aren't any settings that can instantly make you better, but they can make the gameplay easier for you. So if we look at my settings, so resolution, window mode, user interface scale, this is all personal preference. Same goes for the resolution scale. Frame rate limitation, also personal preference. Vertical synchronization, I have it on off. Motion blur, always turn that off. Field of view, I have it on 100. I have a curved gaming monitor, so for me having this on the max is pretty helpful. So graphics. So sometimes I have trouble with the lights in certain areas. They can be pretty flashy, if you know what I mean. I've put the shadow quality on medium and the visual effects on medium. This way the lighting of the game gets a little bit darker, so it doesn't really have any impact while you're in a gunfight or something. Again, you can copy this if you want, but my advice is just play around with the settings and see what works for you. So audio, this is all personal preference. I like to have my effects somewhat higher than the other sounds. And effects are footsteps, gunshots, sounds like those. So controls. Again, this is really personal preference, but there are some keybinds that can make your gameplay easier. So sensitivities for the mouse, rigid and pods, that's up to you. Invert mouse, I have it on off. So crouch type, ADS and lean, I have all those 3 on hold. The reason of this is I like to have control when playing a game. So for example, if I lean while in combat and I press Q, from the moment that I let go of Q, my lean will stop. And for me that's the bit of control that I like to have. So again, also this is personal preference. Just play around a little bit, so just see what works for you. So if you go into the key bindings, there's actually only one key bind that I've changed, and that's the crouch. So I have a thumb mouse button, so that's on the left side of my mouse next to my thumb, and if I want to crouch I can just press that. For me that's really helpful and really quick if I need to go behind cover or something like that. Make use of some keybinds, it'll make your life easier. Gameplay. So with gameplay I want to talk about combat and movement. Plan before engaging. Don't rush immediately if you hear someone shooting. As you move towards the fight, try to listen how many there are and plan what you are gonna do. What I sometimes do is wait until the fight is settled down and then engage. Maybe I can sneak? There we go. This way you get them surprised. Don't over peek. If you find yourself in a gunfight, just don't peek too long. You can die really quick if you aren't careful when peeking. Abuse the leaning. Leaning is something you really need to do. While leaning, you have the maximal cover when peeking around corners. If you don't lean and just strafe around the corner, the half of your body will be exposed, resulting in an easy kill for your opponent. Always reposition. If you lean around a corner and took a couple of shots, don't double peek. Most of the times they will expect you to peek at the exact same spot and will have their iron sights already aiming at your head level. Instead, always reposition to another spot. Peek again, shoot and repeat. Keep your opponent guessing. General knowledge. Let's start with the maps. So there are 6 maps in total and they can be pretty overwhelming at first. When it's your first time on one of these maps, try to take it slow. Everybody has their favorite YouTuber or Twitch streamer and you see them rushing through all the areas and you think, oh wow, I want to do that too. But when you do it, you just die. Well, that's because those streamers have a mental image of the whole map. They know exactly where to go, where to peek, where the hotspots are, etc. My advice is take it slow at your own pace. Try to memorize those areas and eventually you'll be rushing through those areas as well. Weapons. So there are a couple of weapons to stay away from and a couple you should use. There are a bunch of different opinions about the weapons, so it's really hard to say what weapon you should be using. You could go for a weapon with the highest damage, but maybe the recoil is just too much for you. Or you could use a weapon with moderate damage and more controllable recoil. It's up to you to figure out what you like. Once you find your weapon, it'll be a lot easier in raid. So I know there are tons of other tips and tricks, and those deserve a video on its own. I wanted to keep this video fairly short and simple to follow. Feel free to comment tips and tricks and let's help each other out that way. And if you found this video helpful, I will make another video about those tips and tricks in the future. Thanks for watching and good luck in those raids.